My dear, today we are going to discuss about that values and data type. Values and types. Okay, values and types. So in this section we will discuss first the topic, that is character set. Character set. So we understand what is that character set. Okay, so first of all we understand what is character set. In any programming language, that means in any language, if we say that English language, we are using that some alphabets, A to Z, small a to small z. In Hindi language also we are using that. So Varnmala and O, A, so Kakara, Ka, Kha, Ga, and A, O, O, these all things. That means each and every language is having that different set of letters, set of Varnmala, set of characters. So like that, in same way that these all alphabets are, these all symbols or these all Varnmala or letters are used to make that word in a language, make that sentence in a language, make that different things in a language we use. It is also used with the different purpose. So like the same, in a Java also we are using the different set of characters. But Java is high level language and we are using English language. So here we will use also the set of characters that is in English language. It is what is that? It is a set or group of characters symbols and digits. Clear? So one thing is that these all digits are symbols. So we use these all letters or symbols in a Java program. So what is that? It's letter is that letter or character, that is capital A to capital Z, small a to small z. Digit that we are using 0 to 9. So these you understand that letter we are using, digit we are using, and special character we are using. Special character we are using. That which type of special character we are using here in that @ hash, underscore, minus, plus, comma, semicolon, colon, curly bracket, braces, these all bracket that we are using. That means all the special character symbols we are using here, that exclamation equals to, okay, ampersand, slash, this slash, pipe operator, asterisk, modulus operator, dot operator, we are using angle bracket, greater than, less than. Okay, these all characters and symbols we are using. That we are using tide also. Okay, any more left? Yes, dollar also. So any more left? That slash, backslash, all character, semicolon, asterisk symbol, bracket. Yes, this bracket also. These all symbols, it is, I write that maybe like that, anyone left, anything. So these are all symbols that we are using. That means a special character we are using. Okay, so that means it's clear that we will use in a Java programming language these all types of letters or digits or symbols. Okay, for combining any word, for combining any sentence or statement, for writing any instruction, we will use these combinations. So this is known as character set. This is known as character set. Okay, one thing is clear. Now we discuss about the token. So what is the token that we understand first? Token is known as the smallest individual unit in a Java program, which is having some special meaning in Java. So here we understand that what is that? This is smallest unit of program, okay, which has a special meaning to Java compiler. Okay, so program, that means when we are writing any program, that simple one thing I am showing you, that if I have written that simple one, that class program1 void name bracket, here we write system dot out dot println, and here write hello exclamation semicolon close. Suppose this is that one simple program that for displaying that one message only, that hello. Here each and every individual part that is having different meaning, different name is there. This is the keywords, these all that is reserved words. This is available in Java already and having the different meaning or different sense. That means these all words are having different name, meaning or words. That is the special purpose that is used. These are all the keywords. Like that in English we are using that some letters, some word is that in English dictionary that is having some meaning, that in English. But when we are giving that name of someone, that is that name is not available in the dictionary and not having that any meaning. Name you have given to any object or to any individual person, but in dictionary, in that words, collection of words that is reserved and that is having special meaning, that is known as reserved words. Here also this is keywords, and here we understand that this is the bracket, this is used as a separator, this is different thing. Dot is here also, that is different separators. Here also this is separators. That means we understand here that something is that these all things are known as keywords. These all are known as separators. This is operator. This is symbol, that means operator. That different symbols or operators are used. These are all the brackets. This is name that given by the user, that means identifier. We can say that these all things, what is that purpose of these things and different things we understand by understanding that tokens type. Okay, so we write that what is the types of the token. So we go for that and we understand first, and then I will explain again in a program what is that in token, that what is token and what is the types of categories of the token. So we understand that in that way, token. So this token having that 5 categories. First is that you say first one, that is keyword. Second one I say, okay, identifier. Third one I say literals. Fourth one I say, very far that I give you, fourth one, operator. Operators. Fifth one is that separators. Okay, now we understand one by one. First thing is that we have to understand keyword. So you see here that first one is that keyword. Keyword means reserved words. What is that? Reserved word. Identifier means variable. Variable or identifier. So we will say that. Literal, that is a constant. Okay. Operator, that is a symbol that we are using. Separator, that is also that one type of symbol that we are using. So we understand that keyword. That is, what is this keyword? This is a special type of keyword having that special meaning in a Java program. This is reserved words having that special meaning. That means what if you will say? It is a special word having different specific meaning in Java program. Okay. Identifier, it is the name of variable, method or class given by programmer. To identify. Clear? And you can say also this is the name of the memory location also. So we can say that it is also the name of memory location. Name of memory location. In which situation it will be the name of the memory location? Variable situation. So when you are using that variable in that situation. Literal or constant, it is actually the fixed value. What is that? Fixed value that never change during program execution. Okay, I give example one by one, so you understand that what is that purpose of that fixed value. On operator, that this is a symbol. Okay, symbol to perform some operations like arithmetical or logical, So any type of operation that it can perform with the help of these symbols. Separator is that it is used to separate block of code or two elements of program. Okay, so we understand one by one. Once again I give that example. So keyword, that we discuss about the keyword. This is a special reserved words that we cannot use in a variable name or anything. That is having a special or separate word that is used in Java for a special purpose. So we cannot use as an identifier or variable name. Okay, so what is that keyword that we understand? Few keywords I am writing here, that all the words that is already available in Java, that like that class, okay, main, break, if, else, switch, case, out, system, so int, char, float, double, minimum. Okay, these all are known as keywords. Identifier, what is that identifier? That name of the variable that you understand here. So when we are writing the program, we are using that one x and we are holding that where the 10 is the value. This is that indication of that one, that x is identifier or variable, clear, and 10 is that constant value. constant literal value. That means 10 is the value that is stored in x. X is variable. Now we understand one thing more, that when x is equal to 10 is here given, that means when it will change, that means x can hold that next time 15. That means this is variable. What is that? Variable. Variable, why we are saying? This is the name of the memory location. So in memory, x will be that one block you will specify, and it will occupy that value 10. So it is of integer type, okay? So this is no problem. But x is that variable. That means vary with value. So that value can vary. So it can hold the value, that value can vary. So we can use variable, okay? And that 15 is the fixed value. 15 means 1 and 5, 15 fixed value. 10 means 10. So that means variable can hold the value. That suppose here given that x is equal to 10, and here given that x is equal to x plus 10. That means x value, initial value is 10, and here 40. So 10 plus 40, here will be total result 50. That means the value will now initially x value having that 10. Now after the result, that value having 50. So that means it can change the value. So that's why it is known as variable. Okay. So this is variable, name of the memory location where value is stored, and that value can vary. Like that x is equal to 10, that x is variable. Identify that when we are writing that class, and we have written that program 1. So here that you understand, this program 1 name is that given. Here this is the name. Okay, to identify the class. To identify the class. Clear? To identify the class. So that means when we are specifying some name to the class, to the method, so to the variable, so that is known as identifier. Okay. Next thing is that constant of fixed value. That means this literal may be of different type. That means constant value, when we are saying 10, 5, 20, these all are the value, fixed value. The 10 means 10, 5 means 5. That is fixed. Value of 5 will not change. This is fixed value. And when we say that 25.75, this is also one type of fixed value. 705.725, this is also point type of value. That means this is real value. That means integer value, real value, that means floating point, fractional value. That may be that alphabet A, B, A, E, I, C. These all are characters. That means character value. When we say that here India, inside double quotes, that means this is also India means India, that is fixed. That we are using this value in variable for making the program and according to use. So these all types of value that you understand here, how many types of literals are there. So literals we use, which type of literals we are using that. Okay. So first is that integer literal. Integer literal. Second one is that floating point literal. Floating point literal. That is where we will use some decimal value. And third part is that, I can erase this one, I will discuss later. Third part will be that character literal. And fourth part is that string literal. Okay. So one by one we understand here that we have given the 10, 20, 50, okay, any value that one. This is of integer literal. When we are giving the 2.5, 7.256, these are the point type of value, that is floating point. character, that means in a single character we are giving here with a single quote, that is known as character. Okay, these all are character letter. But when we are giving in double quotes, that is known as string letter. So these all types of value, fixed value we are using. We are using some group of letters or alphabets. Now we use about that operator.